Konnichiwa and all that. We're going to Tokyo, Japan for a showdown between two reigning champions set to take place Sunday the 7th of July. 4-weight division champion and current WBA Super Flyweight title holder Kazuto Ioka will face Argentinian and current IBF Super Flyweight champion Fernando Martinez. The experienced Ioka will participate in his 24th championship title bout, spanning his 4-division run in a 15-year pro box career. And for the Argentinian, who has reigned as IBF Junior Bantamweight champ for 2 years since defeating Filipino Jerwin Ancajas in 2022, he will be making his third title defense of the belt, as well as attempting to unify belts for the first time since becoming champion. It will be a great night of boxing, so look lively and let's cast our peepers over to what we can expect in the fight. Put some respect on the man's name, Kazuto Ioka. The 4-division champion is the first Japanese fighter before Naoya Inoue did it to become a 4-division champion if you include his regular titles. Following in the footsteps of his uncle Hiroki Ioka, who was that generation's first ever WBC mini flyweight champion not long after the minimum weight division was created in the 80s, Kazuto has gone on to become champion in multiple divisions also, and as stated, is about to jump into his 24th championship bout. Despite his achievements in 34 pro bouts, Ioka has flown relatively under the radar for many boxing fans in the West and is considerably overshadowed by his more famous countryman Inoue. However, in Japan, Ioka is very much well known and respected, despite having a bit of a bad boy reputation and brushes with controversies, such as his alleged doping scandal and the Japanese Boxing Commission's reprimand of Ioka over visible tattoos during his WBA Junior Bantamweight title defense against Kosei Tanaka at the end of 2021, something considered to be a bit of a taboo. Mind you, the same Boxing Commission that botched Ioka's drug test for the Tanaka fight and that had to later apologize and clear Ioka of any wrongdoing. Kazuto Ioka is considered an underrated fighter by many boxing aficionados. 31 wins with 16 by KO, 2 losses and the 1 draw. Ioka's style is that of a proactive boxer/puncher. He can box, he can apply pressure and stand toe-to-toe. Ioka lingers just outside range of his opponent, bobbing, shifting laterally, sniping the jab and right cross, often following up with the same hand before getting back out of range whilst keeping form and balanced footwork and preparedness to counterpunch, which he does exceptionally well. Ioka gives the impression that he gets touched up a lot, but he catches most punches on the gloves, or he slightly moves with the trajectory of the shot, taking some of the sting off it. Ioka is a well-rounded and cerebral fighter who possesses deceptive power. A vicious body puncher that can throw shots from creative angles. Ioka could potentially trim Fernando Martinez like a bonsai tree if the Argentine isn't on his A game. Fernando Puma Martinez is not a fighter that I have watched too much of, but a little research fixes that, and from what tape I have seen of him recently, I can see that he is a pressure cooker type of come-forward fighter who likes to stay on his opponent, wearing them and grinding them down over the rounds. Like his ring alias namesake, the moment Martinez spots an opening in his opponent's defense, he pounces like a puma. When he throws his punches with conviction. 9 of his 16 professional bouts, all victories, no losses, have come by stoppage. Martinez is not too shabby on the back foot either, and his ability to spring off the back foot after taking half a step back to get out of the way of a shot is something Ioka will need to keep in the back of his mind when he's coming forward and putting together his off-rhythm combinations that he has a knack of throwing. Doubling up on left hooks, coming in at angles, bobbing and weaving on entry, and leading with his backhand to mix up his opponent's shot anticipation are all a part of the Argentine's arsenal. As stated, Martinez is a competent counter-puncher, but being able to counterpunch doesn't necessarily make you a counter-punching fighter, like say a Teofimo Lopez or Tank Davis. Martinez is in his element applying the pressure, but when he's forced to retreat, it's when we see the cracks appear. We see Martinez backing up in a straight line at times, and at other times stance switching on the back foot, which, whether it's purely for balance or just a bad habit, there's the risk of being caught square on in between transition. Ioka will know that pressing Martinez back will force two things. It will force Martinez to cover up where Ioka can alternate between targets, head and body. Martinez does pull a high guard on the retreat, which is perfect for Ioka's body shots. And pressing Martinez backwards can have the opposite effect and can force Martinez to push back in order to not allow himself to be bullied, forcing him to throw. Martinez often telegraphs his shots. He also sits on most of his shots, putting everything into them, and so he frequently throws wildly and inaccurately, making himself wide open to Ioka's counter-punching. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to watch an hour of Ryan Garcia stand-up comedy, but I think the experience, patience, ring IQ, and well-rounded style of Kazuto Ioka will cause Fernando Martinez all kinds of headaches. Martinez's style of grinding his opponent down through volume punching and pressure is exactly what Kazuto will use against Martinez, and ultimately, I think it will be Ioka who grinds down and wears out his opponent to eventually stop him in the late rounds. Martinez has never lost or been stopped, but that changes July 7th. Kazuto Ioka wins by stoppage round 10 or 11 is my pick. Question is, will Ioka further unify with the winner of Estrada versus Rodriguez next? Or does he take on countryman Kosei Tanaka once again to unify and take Tanaka's WBO title? Or does Ioka move up to face other countrymen and WBC champ Junto Nakatani, a salivating bout for the fight fans? Or for that matter, any of the other three Japanese champions at bantamweight? At 34 years of age, there's still time to achieve even greater things in a 5th division. Let us know in the comments below who you think wins and how. Thank you for watching Pound for Pound TV. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. See you in the next one. Check out our Patreon page to become a Patreon family member where you'll receive some cool perks. If you're looking for some new threads, we've got t-shirts, hoodies, and much, much more. So head on over to our Michael Akobi Pound for Pound TV stores. They can be found on Redbubble and Spreadshop. Join me on my travels and head on over to my other YouTube channel titled Barefoot and Free. There you can follow me as I traverse the many parts of our planet and occasionally get into a spot of bother. Nonetheless, it's always fun and entertaining. If you're struggling with some of life's obstacles and challenges, my book How to Get Out of Life Traps might just be the answer that you're looking for to help guide you through the difficult times. It's helped many get past some of their darkest moments, and it might do the same to you. You can purchase it on Amazon, where you can also find a wide range of my other works. Those works include screenplay to book adaptations, a fairly unique concept, with genres covering comedy, heist and revenge, drama, supernatural and crime, if that's more your cup of tea. You can find them by following the link provided.